What is up, YouTube? This is Piccolo the More, and I am back with another video. So I'm here to hand out a red pill like a senzu bean. So last year, around this month, the late Pittsburgh rapper Mac Miller has died from an overdose. And prior 2 months before his death, he broke up with his then girlfriend Ariana Grande. And when I found out about his death a year ago, I thought, damn, she left him for another dude and then he killed himself. But now I'm starting to think, you know what, maybe that's not exactly what happened. Knowing what I know now, I'm starting to look at his death as if it was a sacrifice. Because there are certain hints that make it seem like it's so. Like, example, his last music video, Self Care. It looked like that scene when he was in the coffin. It looked like that scene in Kill Bill, basically being buried alive. If you've seen Kill Bill, that's basically what it is. And then he digs himself out of his burial. And that's basically it seems like it's basically him symbolizing that he might die in the future. And in Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, she said, "Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, 'cause she was an angel." It's as if, what are you thanking him for? For dying? 'Cause he was an angel? Those are some questionable phrases to use. But first, let me speak on a love aspect before I get into all that extra stuff. So, they were in a relationship for 2 years. If you watch the video, that first video they shot together, The Way You Make Me Feel, yeah, I think it's The Way, that's what it's called. There's like a kiss scene in that music video. And, at the time, she was dating another guy. But then again, they're actors, so you can't really take it seriously. That's what goes on in the industry. And then she dates Big Sean and then stumbles upon Mac Miller. And they date for 2 years. And if you notice their relationship, you can clearly tell that Mac Miller was in love with this girl. And she enjoyed being worshipped because you can just tell she's stuck up. She gives off a stuck up vibe. And next thing you know, she does a SNL episode, Saturday Night Live, and then she goes on either Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of those two. And then she talks about how much she loves Pete Davidson. Like, are you serious? Yeah, she goes on talking about how much she loves Pete Davidson, how funny he is, yak, yak, yak. I honestly don't think he's that funny. I don't think he's funny at all, actually. I think he's weird. But, yeah, she talks about how funny Pete Davidson while dating Mac Miller. And then, around mid-July, that's when their relationship, that's when they break up. And then suddenly she's dating Pete Davidson, and then shortly after, they get engaged. And I'm thinking, yo, how are these two already engaged? And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I want to get engaged to a person after 2 months of dating? So they probably had been messing around before, while she was dating Mac. You feel me? Like, when a woman leaves a relationship, she already has another guy on deck. That's how wicked these women are. You feel me? Now, look at this picture. You can clearly tell from this picture that she's plotting his death already. You can tell. She looks like a demon. I mean, why is her right eye covered? Okay, you ever notice that in like album covers or magazine covers, they always show their left eye. Now, I would explain to you what it means, but probably not this video. But yeah, I already can tell something wicked's gonna happen in this picture. So, on September 7th, it was discovered that Mac Miller has died from an overdose of cocaine. And, we're thinking, oh, he killed himself because he loved a woman, this, that, and that, and this. But then, a month or two later, on his autopsy, it was discovered that there was a trace of fentanyl in his body. So his cocaine was laced with fentanyl. And if any of you know what fentanyl is a deadly opioid. If you take too much of it, you'll instantly die. It's not something I would get high off of, because if you take a bit much, you may die. Now, I remember he did a radio interview. I forgot with who. I want to say Ebro, but I could be wrong. He did an interview like just a month or two before his death, and the radio personality asked him, how does he feel about her and Pete Davidson getting engaged? And he said, oh, I thought it was a little strange. What he really wanted to say is, man, fuck that bitch. I can't believe she was cheating on me this whole fucking time with this corny ass nigga. Corny, lanky ass nigga who's not even that funny. I mean, that's what I would say. But, yeah. I mean, I could tell son was rotten afoot. Now, this is Pete Davidson. Notice how young he looks. When I first saw him, I saw him on this show called Guy Code. It was on MTV. I thought it was a cool show. It had Charlamagne the God, Lil Duval, Andrew Schultz. Oh, and that woman that's controlling Colin Kaepernick, Ness Nitty. It had all those guys. And at the time he was about a teenager when he was on this show, and clearly he looks very fresh. Now, there was an issue on Guy Code where he did date one of his co-stars' girlfriend. Who they were both on the show. Her name was Carly Aquilino, something like that. That redheaded girl. He was dating her for some time, even though she was dating someone else. And I'm thinking, okay, this dude may have a habit of taking other guys' chicks. And I believe in karma to an extent. I believe what goes around comes around. But in this case, it'd be more like, you know what? You're gonna lose him how you got him. Now, this was Pete Davidson when he was dating Ariana. I mean, look at him. This nigga clearly looks like a fucking drug addict. Look at his eyes. Why are they so black? I swear, is he like trying to be a nigga or something? And come on, let's be real. He looks ridiculous in that bleach blonde hair. But then again, he's not the only celebrity to bleach his hair. There's a reason why they bleach their hair. It's like he knows something. Okay, there's a god named Harpocrates, and he's the god of silence. So pay attention to any celebrities who has a shush on their hand, or who puts their finger over their lips. That's basically saying that they know something and they won't tell any secrets. Shh. But yeah, man. And don't even get me started on the girl. The girl clearly looks like she had plastic surgery. She looks about 90 pounds. I think this girl is battling anorexia. The girl clearly doesn't look healthy. Yeah, I know she's on a drug, but I don't know what drug. I want to say she's on blow, but I could be wrong. I mean, and Pete Davidson, he looks like he's on heroin. I mean, look at his eyes. And if you look closely, one eye looks bigger than the other. I don't know. He looks high in this picture. But yeah, man. Once Mac Miller died, then she decided to call off the engagement. Now, I've had I've heard rumors that Pete Davidson was sending sex tape of him and Ariana to Mac Miller. I don't know if that's true or not, but would I be surprised? No. So there's that. So fellas, you can't really love a thought, nor should you. Y'all should learn from Mac Miller. I mean, and also not have drug issues. You know, if you're dealing with a breakup, you shouldn't go to drugs to help you cope with the pain. You just should just grit your teeth and bear it. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but you'll get through it. Now, this is Ariana Grande performing at Aretha Franklin's funeral. Now, she comes in a short black dress, so clearly she had no RESPCT for that woman. Now, look at her singing, and that black guy on the bottom left corner of the thumbnail, yeah, he was the one that was grabbing her right boob, talking about Taco Bell, making it a corny joke about Taco Bell. When he was talking about Taco Bell, he was talking about putting his meat in her shell. Now pay attention to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is looking at her like, yeah, man, I can't wait to try that out. Like he's looking at her like a fine piece of ass, like a new toy, like he wants to play with. Now, I read this book on Transformation of America, and Kathy O'Brien drops a lot of hints on the Clintons. She dropped a few gems on the Clintons. So, Bill Clinton is what you call an MK handler, and of course, Ariana Grande is an MK asset. I mean, it's obvious. She went through that Nickelodeon programming with Dan Schneider, but I'll go into that a little later. But yeah, man, look at the way that Bill Clinton is looking at Ariana Grande. Hell, even Hillary Clinton was checking her out too. And you know, there's this misconception that they're a married couple, and there's that Monica Lewinsky issue. Look, man, Hillary Clinton is a freaking lesbian. I have yet to see her in a dress, not once. I figured there was something off about her every time I saw her in those damn pantsuits. Now, this is Bill with Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande. Now, you notice that idiotic rabbit tattoo behind Pete's left ear? Yeah, that's for the mother goddess, Ishtar. Now, you know the whole concept of Easter? You know, they talk about the bunny and rabbit eggs and all that dumb shit. That's for the mother goddess. And plus, I'd say it kind of looks like the Playboy bunny. That symbol. Now he has it covered up as a heart. I mean, still. So yeah, from this picture, I'm willing to bet that Bill possibly might have invited him for a threesome. It wouldn't surprise me, because Bill kind of rolls that way. He gives off that vibe. And plus, you know, Kathy O'Brien dropped a few gems on him. So, yeah. And now that you look at it, I think they're both assets. Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. Hey, a few years back, Justin Bieber, there's a video of him saying, "Oh fuck Bill Clinton," and you know you would wonder why the hell would he say that? Well, maybe because I don't know if you noticed, but Justin Bieber kind of gives off the vibe that he's a victim of sexual assault, as in molestation. He just gives off that vibe, and who knows, man? Like I said, Bill Clinton is a big handler, so maybe he had access to Justin Bieber. Baby, baby. Alright. Now, this is her and Nickelodeon's executive producer, Dan Schneider. Now, he executively produced most of the popular shows on Nickelodeon, starting from the 90s, such as All That, um, Keenan and Kel, Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious, which is the show she came from. So, there are allegations on Dan Schneider that he's been a sexual predator. Does it surprise me? No. I mean, look at this creepy nigga. This nigga ain't got no neck. I wouldn't trust him with any of my kids. No, sir. I mean, clearly, this dude just looks like a big fucking creep. And, I think Dan Schneider might have been Ariana Grande's programmer. So, I think he was, prepping her for the business. You feel me? And you'll hear rumors about Dan Schneider with other, Nickelodeon stars. Like, example, Amanda Bynes and Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' younger sister. Allegedly, he's Jamie Lynn Spears' baby father. Crazy, right? Which is the reason why that show Zoe 101 got canceled. Oh yeah, I forgot Zoe 101. So yeah, man, this dude might be a programmer because I heard him say to one of his Nickelodeon stars that if you don't obey, I'm gonna tase you. All jokingly, but that shit kind of made the girl feel creepy. You could tell. And when he says tase, he means electric shock therapy, cause that's how that shit goes down. So yeah, I believe he programmed many other stars. That's how that industry goes. He's a big programmer. I mean, it's obvious. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Now, do I believe that Mac Miller died of a mere overdose? No, I don't think so. I think he was set up to be killed. And I think Pete Davidson might have been in on it. Her and Ariana Grande may have co-conspired it. Because once Mac Miller died, then suddenly the relationship ended. So, from what I depict from that means the deal is done. So, yeah, I don't believe that Mac Miller died of a mere overdose due to a broken heart. Well, then again, he could have had one, but I don't think that was the legit cause of his death. I think he got sacrificed. And now they're doing investigations and they're finding people linked to Mac Miller's death. So it seems like his cocaine might have been laced with fentanyl. Ah, man. Damn, it feels good to be woke. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, then again, I can't. So, fellas, don't fall in love with no thotty, because at the end of the day, it'll just lead to your destruction. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and I'll have more content in the future. Peace.